Okay, as many of you know by this point, Rome Total War Remastered has a unit rebalance toggle. Pike, a modder and also a tournament winner for the game, has put together a list of all the changes and his opinions on them. I thought, you know what, let's take a little look, and one of the biggest changes here is a buff coming to the Armenian and Numidian legionaries. This is a big one. Morale has doubled from 4 to 8. To put this into perspective, I think peasants are 1 morale and urban cohorts are 12, I believe. So that is quite a big jump. I think Hastati and Principes have 7 morale, but I could be wrong there. Before they were not viable, but now Numidia is going to be a pain to face in multiplayer. Numidia now is apparently a viable faction in multiplayer. In campaign, I see this as being quite useful. Skirmisher and Peltus units, excluding Javcav. Range has increased, that's quite a decent range. And, but lethality has gone down, which I think is good. Yeah, range on javelins and peltus units, it was very short in my opinion, and yeah, it could sometimes cause some issues. I do like that it's longer. Range buff is nice, but yeah, lethality is a bit weird, now that it does less damage. But I guess that's to like make them more enjoyable to play, but also not affecting their balance too much at the same time. Heavy Spearmen, morale going from 4 to 6. Guess it's something. I guess they're now a much better option. Libyan Infantry. Alright, so this is the Carthaginian one. Libyan Infantry I found to be very disappointing in the original. It's the Carthaginian unit that is a step up from the Iberian Infantry, but from playing my Carthage RP campaign, yeah, they were a little disappointing. They didn't hold their ground too much, and as we can see here, more attack, better morale, but they cost more, which I am overall very happy with. Yeah, before they looked like the Triarii, but they were terrible. However, Pike here still does not think that they are useful. It's good, but they're still not useful. I think he's more referring to multiplayer, but in single player campaign, I guess that's okay for Carthage. Oh, and here we go. Skirmishers for Carthage. Before, not sure why anyone would use it. Their melee attack has gone up, their armour has gone up, but so has their cost. Yeah, he's still a bit unsure. They are better, but he's still unsure. And Iberian Infantry, absolutely useless in its current state, I agree. I'm so happy to see changes for Carthage. They need to be stronger. Morale going from 4 to 6. Good. Armour going from 2 to 3. And the cost has also gone up, which I think is okay. He thinks cost could have been kept the same, but overall, these are quite good stats. Still, I think a Hastati would beat it one-on-one, but the changes are good to see. Alright, some nerfs. British light chariots. They cost more and have less morale. Ooh, that is quite big, and the upkeep goes up to kind of big changes, but guess they're deserved. Yeah, they really did a big rework on the chariots. Oh, and of course, all of this is subject to change. He points that out there. The heavy chariots. More upkeep and less morale instead. Yeah, he thinks this is sort of pointless. The warlords should have been nerfed instead. So I don't think they've touched the warlords. Alright. Next up, Pontic light cavalry. Alright, so they've had a small cost change. Weird, their cost has gone up, but the upkeep has gone down. I think that's more for a multiplayer balance. Yeah, apparently. So yeah, they're a little bit less viable in multiplayer, but it doesn't affect the campaign too much as now, yeah, the upkeep is now better. Cappadocian Cavalry now costs a little bit less. It says it helps somewhat, but it's not gonna do anything. Chavia Archers for Pontus. Apparently this is a disgusting unit, able to win versus light cav that are supposed to eliminate them. Alright, so they're a too powerful unit. A lot of ammo. Alright, and they've decreased the morale. Doubt this would help much, but I think it would help a little bit. Yeah. Alright, the Eastern General. I don't know, does anyone use this apart from campaigns? Basically, the heat penalty has now been removed. So, yeah, they should fight the same on all terrain. The Egyptian Pharaoh's Bowman. Heat penalty has gone to -2. Alright, so I think this is saying they're better in the desert than in normal grassy flatlands. So yeah, I guess that's an okay change. Ooh, Egypt getting a heavy nerf right here. Nubian Spearmen, trash unit originally, and they're still getting a nerf. They're now less lethal, they do cost less, but their upkeep shooting up. Yeah, ridiculous upkeep cost. Now, I don't know from a player perspective, but from an AI-only campaign, Egypt is usually quite powerful. They're gonna struggle now. Yeah, Egypt is not what it was. Desert Axemen now costing more, and their weapon upgrade cost has increased. He thinks the unit is already crippled as it is, and yeah, they're nerfing it on top of that. I'm assuming these here are more for campaign rather than multiplayer. Like, to stop the AI from getting too powerful. I don't think it's about making Egypt weaker. I think it's about making the Seleucid Empire stronger. Because yeah, a lot of people have been saying that the Seleucid Empire should be the final boss in the Middle East for Rome, not Egypt, and I do kind of agree. So yeah, I think that is the purpose behind these changes. I think it's to help out the Seleucid Empire. Pharaoh's Guard costing more. Yet another change he doesn't understand. I think I understand it. Again, he's looking at it from a more multiplayer point of view. Egyptian chariots getting less morale, Chavia Archers getting less morale, the Chariot General getting less morale, the Greek Cavalry got a buff, added attribute Hardy. It supports their playstyle of chasing skirmishers. I don't know what that exactly means, but yeah, it's a small buff, something to do with chasing skirmishers. And Scythed Chariots for the Seleucid Empire got a nerf. Yeah, losing the morale. The Pontic version is unaffected, but yeah, interesting basic change there. So yeah, that's it. All of the changes in the unit rebalance. Again, all of this is subject to change. Thank you again to Pike for putting this together and sending it to me. It does help me out. Overall, I like the changes. Carthage getting stronger, Egypt getting a bit weaker to help the Seleucid Empire. I like that. And of course, British chariots getting a rework too. Comment down below what you think. I've been MELKOR. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. It really helps me out. But for now, until the next one, tomorrow's video, MELKOR.